Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching The Big Bang Theory. This is the 15th episode of the 12th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for the link in the description below. Just clicking it, put the password in, and enjoy. Speak about links in the description. We are running our most liked characters throughout the whole entire franchise. 3 votes are allowed. Your results might be shown in the final episode. Can't wait to see you guys choose. Interesting last episode. The decking in the garden where the hot tub is. Bernadette and Howard was kind of a compromise. Basically, you know, they went in there, they was going to get in and chill, and their new next door neighbour or whatever has just built this big massive decking, floodlights in there, encroaching all over the garden, and they want to report it to the council, see if they can get it took down. And obviously they got the enlisted Sheldon for their help. You know, somebody who loves the form, somebody who loves the authority, loves the law, and he's come and he's checked it out, scoped it out, and is like, yeah, they're definitely in violation. Now, while he's doing that, he's learned that Howard and Bernadette didn't get permission to put the decking up on the outside that the dad built, didn't get permission to do alterations to the bathroom inside the house, and he went to report them. You know, he was like, look, as a moral citizen, I need to do this. You broke the law, you didn't do the code of violation, so I'm going to have to do that. He's gone there, he's actually figured out himself, like, look, I'm being a bit of an arsey. You know, these are my mates. Next door's actually doing a bigger kind of injustice to them than they're doing. I'll take all my anger out on them. He's reported it successfully, it's gone through. However, he's obviously told Howard and Bernadette he's no longer going to be taking a shower, using their bathroom and going on their porch, because obviously they've not stayed in the rules. Now, we had an interesting little bit with LENARD as well. You know, all this stuff's going on, it's kind of been forgotten a little bit. Everybody's running these projects, everybody's kind of been a little bit successful, and he's a bit stagnant. You know, he's kind of feeling a little upset and a little bit left out. And, you know, Bert and Raj was working together to, like, open up an asteroid, like a rock or a comet or whatever that they found. I don't know what you'd call it. And he wanted to do it with his laser, they wanted to do it with the saw, and you know, we had like a little segment where he stole it, cut it open, got infected and started eating everyone, but obviously it was a little bit of a dream. He was you know, he had a fever, and he basically then when he woke up, he went and spoke to Raj and said, look, you know, everybody's doing well, and I'm just kind of a little bit jealous. And they said no need to be, you know what I mean, and they just kind of like helped him and talked him through it, and he was all getting along in the end. So it's like a filler episode in terms of storylines that have been going on, but it was an alright one. You know, I feel like the last few have been really good, and the season's actually gone pretty solid. It's been pretty steady, and it's been pretty enjoyable, and the last few days I've really enjoyed obviously what we've been watching. Hopefully today's is just as good. Thanks for checking it out though. If you do enjoy it, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
You guys again for agreeing to do this.
Yeah, it means so much to us.
We're happy we can help.
Yeah, and we don't find it weird at all. So what is the next step?
Yeah.
Well, Leonard, we were hoping you'd go in on Monday.
Okay.
And they say for the best results between now and then, you shouldn't have sex.
Sorry, bro. I know it seems impossible to go for 5 days without, but I believe in you.
And my record is 14 years.
And, well, we're really hoping for a son, so just, like, keep that in mind when you're in there.
Hello.
Hey, Sheldon, we're kind of in the middle of something.
Oh, I won't be a moment. I just need to grab a book off a high shelf, which I can do because I am both tall and smart. Dear, I think I got something in my eye, my piercing blue eye.
So, this week would have been my wedding if Anu and I hadn't decided to slow things down.
Oh, yeah, I would have forgotten. Except for those non-refundable airline tickets to India I bought.
If you still want to go, you can go to India and help my dad eat all the non-refundable sushi.
Well, I did have a pretty awesome bachelor party planned for this weekend.
Really? What was it?
Well, I used my NASA connections to get us 4 seats on that plane that lets you experience weightlessness.
The vomit comet. That is so cool.
Fun, but hey, the next time you decide to marry a woman you barely know.
We could still go. It'll be like the good old days.
You mean when we were all sad, desperate, and horribly alone?
I remember it more fondly.
I'm not speaking to anybody, Raj, on it. But I was just going to say, like, why can't they actually go? If they book tickets to India and all of them have got them, why can't they go on a big holiday, group friends one? You know what I mean? Why waste $3,000? You've still got the tickets, you got the location, you would have been staying, go. You don't have to celebrate the wedding, but you can go and have fun. And obviously, if you booked a bachelor party as well and all these activities and you called in favours, why go to waste? You know what I mean? It's the weekend still free. Go down and have a good time.
Leonard, if you had food on your face, would you want me to tell you? Last week. I didn't know whether or not to tell you, but everyone was staring. Looks like a hazelnut Hitler.
This weekend I got us 4 seats on the Vomit Comet.
Oh, you lost me at Vomit, you lost me again at Comet, and to be honest, I was on the fence at Us.
Penny's dad is visiting from Nebraska, and I haven't seen him for a while.
Oh, that's nice you guys get along. I forget, Howard, does your father-in-law still hate you?
Well, these two are out. There goes our guys' weekend.
Okay, so
Them two can spend
let's make
it
a
like old
couples weekend.
times.
I'll bring Anu,
Yeah.
you bring Bernadette.
I'm not sure
Oh,
Bernie would
right.
like it. Maybe I'll invite Stuart or Bert.
Oh, go with Bert. He's huge. It'd be fun to watch him float around.
Hey, what are those?
Well, vitamins. Zach wants me to take them to increase my virility.
That's my dad. Now remember, do not bring up any baby stuff, right? Not me not wanting one, not you having one with Zach.
Got it.
And if he brings it up, change the subject to literally anything else. Aww.
Hey, Wyatt.
Leonard. Hey, a hell of a handshake.
Oh, well, yeah, I've been taking vitamins.
Can I get you something to drink? Maybe a beer?
Sure, if you're having one. Why wouldn't you, since you're not pregnant?
Leonard wants to have a baby with my ex-boyfriend, Zach.
Hey, would you mind if Raj and I went away this weekend? No, just the bachelor party I'd planned. I thought we'd do it anyway. You know, I mean, Sheldon and Leonard couldn't make it, so Raj invited Anu, and I asked Stuart.
Wait, you invited Stuart before me?
Well, actually, I invited Bert before Stuart, but I don't know why I just told you that. I know you. You don't want to float weightless in an airplane?
I'm doing crazy stuff like that.
Bernie, you got sick from the teacup ride at Disneyland.
So you don't want me to go?
No, I want you to go if you're gonna have fun. I don't want you to go if you're gonna be miserable and ruin it for everyone.
There's not wrong with saying
I
that.
think this is going pretty good, huh?
You threw me under the bus.
Oh, I'm sorry. I panicked. He was judging me.
You might want to talk louder or quieter.
In high school, he could hear me open a can of beer in my closet under a blanket.
She doesn't want to have your baby, but her dumbbell ex-boyfriend does. You're okay with it?
I support my husband.
Thank you.
But, if you think differently, you should feel free to say so. Just like, make a scene.
Back on the farm, we had a prize stallion. We didn't let that just go to waste. We put him out to stud.
Leonard,
This is a little
I'm a
different.
stallion.
Hey, it's your fault your dad likes me. You dated idiots your whole life.
I am married to a stud.
No, wait, I can't. I mean, I want to, but I'm
Oh, he
supposed
can't.
to for the next 3 days.
All right, well, guess I'll just read a little and then, I don't know, go to sleep.
Really? That's what you're sleeping in?
Oh, you want me to take it off?
No. Honey, I know what you're doing. Just please stop.
Thanks
Mate,
again for doing this, guys.
she's probably gonna ruin it for
So
a thing, yeah.
excited. I'm glad you came.
Sorry, I just didn't think you'd enjoy plummeting to the earth at 400 miles an hour.
I love going fast.
I've always wanted to do this. I'm an adrenaline junkie.
I'm a thrill seeker too. I've had to pull back since I became a mom, but I'll still jump on the back of a grocery cart and just roll through the meat section.
The thing is, right, I know that he said before, like, he didn't want her to come if she was going to put a downer on everybody, but, like, although that's a little bit of her being like, oh, he is true, though, isn't it? Like, if you've booked, it's not just Bernadette, though. Like, take her as a figure out the way and just use the sole purpose of what he was saying. Is if you was going away somewhere and you had everybody that was excited to go and this one person who's like, I'm not really too sure, and usually when they do these kind of activities kind of get sick and and you're like, are you sure you want to come? Like, everyone's really excited and we don't really want to put you down on it unless you're going to be up for it and bounce around and go in it and dive to the earth and everything. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I know that because it's his wife, it's a bit like, oh, shouldn't have said that. But like the concept of what he was trying to say is correct, but I reckon that what's actually going to happen is he's going to go there, they're going to start, Bernadette's going to not like it, she's going to moan, or she's going to be upset and not take part, and he's like, look, mate, I could have been here having a buzz with with my mates, Stuart, for example, but now I'm looking after you because you don't really want to go on it, or you're feeling sick, and now I'm not having fun. That's what I feel like is going to happen. I don't understand why he's like laughing in the background, of this track. Like, all he's doing is making cereal. What was the last conversation Leonard had? Oh, did he have to? He moves away from Penny, innit?
There's something out here.
What is he doing here?
I told you if we left pizza on the counter, we'd attract something.
Get out of the apartment. My wife kept trying to have sex with me.
Been there.
Zach and Marissa on Monday, and I'm supposed to save myself until then.
Sounds like maybe Penny's not totally on board with that plan.
So you're willing to go through with this, even though she clearly has reservations?
If she has a problem, she should say something. Penny doesn't want to have kids. I respect that, but this is my chance to leave a part of me behind.
Are you guys ready for the most intense experience of your life?
Definitely.
Be pretty scary.
I'm like 90 pounds. I'm weightless every time I hold more than 3 balloons.
Sure, it's just boilerplate.
Absolutely. It's to protect us in case of injury.
Says or death, which is awesome. I have 2 babies at home. What am I doing?
If you don't want to do this, then why'd you come?
To prove to Howard that he doesn't know me as well as he thinks he does.
But you're proving that Howard does. Yeah.
Unless I do it and then he doesn't. You owe me $3,000 for those plane tickets to India.
That was a long run.
Yeah, well, I was in the zone, you know, and then in a diner, and then in a massage chair at the mall where I fell asleep.
I think you're mad at me and Leonard. But maybe you're really mad at yourself.
You know, it's pretty crappy of you to make me feel bad about this.
Do you? Being your dad's the best thing ever happened to me.
What about Randall and Lisa?
Okay. I just don't want you to miss out.
Do you reckon she's reconsidering maybe starting a family?
Hey,
Hey.
Penny and I don't have kids. That's between us. So you need to stay out of
Oh,
it.
Leonard, it's okay. We talked. We're good. Could have let you go longer.
You did great, Leonard. Very forceful.
I decided to not go through with this Zach and Marissa thing.
You were so excited about it.
I know, but
You wasn't.
I think I was just fooling myself. Be heartbroken if I had a kid out there and I wasn't his dad.
That as well, isn't it? Yeah. It's him again, the mental knowing that he's a dad but not the dad.
So that thing you wanted to do last night, I'm available.
I got real good hearing there, stuff.
Mate, see, I think about being pregnant and stuff like that, right? It's like, you don't take preventative measures. So, like, take the pill or get your tubes tied or whatever to snip. Like, if you're not bothered, if you're having kids or don't have kids, just let nature, do you know what I mean? Let life just go how it is. If you're just chilling and being married and then you happen to get pregnant, then great stuff. You're going to deal with it. It'd be good. If you don't, then it's not. That would be the good compromise between them. You know, Penny would be like, look, I'm not saying we're never going to be parents. What I'm saying is, let's not actively go and try to be parents, but let's not prevent it either. And if it happens, it happens. And I feel like Leonard would be more open to that. He'd be happy with it. And it's like, one day it could possibly, one day not. But the willingness and the potential is there. Let's see how it goes.
I guess you do this.
Really? Well, I did not see that coming.
It was little, my parents never flew together. We thought it was because they loved us, but it turns out they hated each other.
I just think I shouldn't go.
Actually, this is much safer than driving a car.
Stay out of it, Flyboy.
But I've done this before, and since you really, really want to go, I'll stay here.
If you really know me, then you know how far I go to prove a point.
Apparently 34,000 feet that way, then straight back down, up and down, over and over again, until you throw up food you didn't even eat.
I hate this so much! Why am I doing this? To prove a stupid point to your husband!
Honestly, I think that would be well fun, me.
Hey, Zach. Look, I know this is gonna be disappointing, but I can't do this. No. I know how. I just can't.
Sheldon.
No, absolutely not.
My wife says I'm not allowed.
I was going to say, if he didn't pass him over to Sheldon then it wouldn't have been consistent with his storyline, would it? Now, I understand where Leonard's coming from. It's all deep and all of it. You know, I was saying, look, there's 2 point of views, isn't there? You could give him the kid and never see it again, and then you gutted that you always wanted to be a dad, but you can't be the dad. Or you can give him the child and then be an uncle, you know, in his life and see him occasionally or weekly and know that he's having a happy upbringing and still be involved, and you kind of get that love, but not really. But I didn't consider by doing that, so like by him giving him the sperm and them actually having a child and him being known as Uncle Leonard, you know what I mean, consistently seeing him, although I take into you know, the thoughts of how good that would be that Leonard could see him and still be involved in their life, I didn't take into consideration the absolute pain that it might cause him. Every time he sees the child, he can't tell him, I'm your father, you know, he can't be there and play with him and take him to, you know, sports games and all this stuff. And obviously, if it's, I'm just assuming it would have been a lad there because that's what he wanted. But, you know, all that stuff that you would have done if you was the dad, you get to miss out on. So although I was like, it'd be great being Uncle Leonard, like, it obviously would be really hard as well. And I didn't really consider that. And I was saying there, you know, Penny may be reconsidering the fact that she might want to start a family someday, and it's not a guarantee, but if you don't take measures to 100% eliminate the possibility, then it's all open, isn't it? And anything can happen, you know, and if it can happen Thursdays or whatever they had, well, anything can happen life as well. You know, maybe they do become parents one day, but don't prevent it and don't force it. Just let life take you, and if it happens, then that's great stuff. Do you know what I mean? So even though that was a hard call for him, I probably understand it. I was saying it'd be good for him to do it, but like in the whole scheme of things and looking at it and observing it, probably done the right thing, hasn't he? So, you know, I was excited to see where it goes with that storyline, but objectively, I understand why he's done it, and I obviously respect a hard decision that he obviously had to make. Okay, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So, if you're not yet voting for your most liked characters of the entire franchise, please do. Links in the description. 3 votes. Have your say. Mine will be shown in the final episode, as well as yours in the intro. It's going to be exciting and interesting to see who everybody picks. However, obviously talking about this episode, Bernadette, she's so stubborn, isn't she? Honestly, like, we all knew that she probably wasn't even going to take part. I kind of done a prediction, like, midway through the episode that she'd go there and be kind of like a downer and a bummer. However, she did take part, so like I kind of was wrong on that. But like the concept of, because she's that stubborn, she done it when she didn't want to. She wanted to just back out, and obviously we, in the discussion that we were saying, and Howard was correct that we do know Bernadette. That's the type of person that she is, and even though she took part in it, I would still say Howard was correct. You know, like, she'd done it, so she's correct, but she only done it because out of spite, do you know what I mean? Out of stubbornness, like, she didn't want to take part, and Howard was right, but she didn't want to let him be right, so she just forced herself to do it even though she hated it, and she wasn't having a good time. The whole premise of the whole situation was to go there and have fun, you know what I mean? And she was just doing it because she wanted to prove Howard that she was right, and obviously she wasn't actually enjoying any of it, was she? But I would love to do 0G. Imagine how mad it would be floating around, spinning around, feel like not having your feet on the floor. Crazy, honestly. Astronauts are mad, aren't they? Especially doing that for like months or weeks on end. You know, when you come back down to Earth, you got all weak bones and everything, aren't they? All the muscles like are all flabby because they've obviously had no gravity on it. It's crazy, but like just to experience it for one day. Usually they're in them like wind turbine tunnels, and you go in and you're floating. But I'd love to have a go, but it's always like 50 people stood around looking at you, and I'm always like, you know, I'm not sure what I'll try and do this, like, but I don't know what I'm doing without everybody watching. You know what I mean? But like that situation there looked really, really cool. And it's funny, I knew like she's being involved in a little bit more now. Do you know what I mean? But it's like too little too late. Do you know what I think? Introducing a new character and getting us involved with it, like considering we're so close to the end, aren't we? But another interesting episode. I enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys did too. If you did, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.